Well, Ty Law is here on a Ty Tuesday. And Ty, the task ahead for the New England Patriots Sunday night, the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh.
We were talking earlier during They Said It about Shannon Sharp, who said that Tyreek Hill is the scariest player he's ever seen in the NFL. I think Wiggy said Randy Moss is scarier, but how do you feel?
I agree with Wiggy on that one.
You agree with Wiggy on that?
Yeah. You know what? Tyreek Hill, with his speed and quickness, it like I always say, matchups with cornerbacks and receivers is like boxing. It's matchups. Just because, I would rather cover guys like, Randy Moss, Keyshawn, Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Eric Mose, the bigger guys, because we can sit there and wrestle.
Right.
It's the little guys like a Tyreek Hill that gets on your nerves. That's all they want to do is just get out and run.
Right.
But once you get your hands on him, I won. The hard part is getting your hands on him.
Right.
So, yes, I can see where Shannon Sharp is coming from, saying he's one of the scariest guys because he is that fast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But Moss was big and could run.
But Moss was big and could run. And when the ball's up in the air, that's where they come with the term, you got Moss. He can go up there and get it.
Right.
So I think it just depends on the person you're talking to or the DB that you're talking to. But Tyreek Hill is definitely something special, man.
But did you like what you saw from the defense on Sunday?
No, I did like what I seen. But again, you have to go out there and do it week in and week out. And when you have a totally different team, like Miami playing those guys, Tyreek Hill, you ain't seen that type of speed. This right here, Philly, they got some A.J. Brown, they got some good players, big guys, which I would love to play against because it's like you're a big guy. We could just go and tussle. These guys just want to run. They just want to create space. So it's going to be a challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing if Bill say, you know what, if you are who we think you are, and put him out there on one of those guys one-on-one. I mean, can Christian Gonzalez go out there and cover a Tyreek Hill and hold his own?
Yeah, I think for me, it's more about what the offense can do, because I think defensively they're going to be fine and they're going to keep you in every game. Just like we saw this week. Philadelphia's offense is really good. The defense went out there and did a great job, held them to, 25 points or whatever it was. And defensively, they did a really good job. Now, offensively, and this is what Devin McCourty said, what was the problem last year, is offensive. And Ty knows this because he's been on teams that were built defensively. Can you score enough points when we are able to slow these teams down? Like, if we can slow Miami down to 24 points, 25 points, can you now score 26 for us to win the football game? That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, great point. I totally agree with that because it's going to be hard on that defense to slow these guys down. But they just don't give up the big play, because I think that's what Miami looks for, the big play. They trying to get over the top of you. They have the receivers, like 2 or 3 of them. Let New England get one of them.
Right.
And then we're talking. It's a different ball game. New England does not have a receiver on their squad that can go toe-to-toe with guys from Miami.
Why doesn't Bill go get him one? I mean, doesn't he want to see what Mac Jones is or isn't?
I would think so. New England, which is weird, doesn't have anybody, and they, obviously they usually do, even with Brady, but they don't have anybody that scares you. Like, when you think about New England, and once it kind of got to where they transitioned from a defensive team, the first dynasty, to an offensive team, it was Moss, Welker, Gronkowski, Edelman.
Bowling.
It was these guys that, all right, we need to account for where they are on offense. When you go against this offense, you don't have to worry about, like, defensive league going, we need to find Kendrick Bourne. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Make sure we know where Hunter Henry is every play. And they're like, okay, he's right here.
That's when we stayed, y'all. I take the left, you take the right.
Right.
I take the left, you take the right, whatever. You know what I mean? I like certain games, I always had to follow the number one guy. And when you look at the Patriots, like I said, I'm not, disrespecting who they are. They're talented players, and they're playing in the NFL. You know what I mean? They're on the team. You're getting paid a lot of money to play a game. But I wouldn't go into there as like, okay, I
Right,
got to be
right.
on this, I got to be on that. This is not Marvin Harrison. You know what I mean? This is not those type of guys. But you can also, say Tom Brady, some of his greatest successes were he didn't have a Randy Moss before a couple years. You see what he did when he got a Randy Moss. But when you
But
walk
you don't
into the
have
game,
Tom Brady, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, the flip side is you don't have Tom Brady, so he didn't have to have much. And like I said, he's a unicorn. That's the
Who's
GOAT.
the hardest guy to cover your career?
I would say Jimmy Smith. Because of he had the speed, he had the power, and he had the attitude to be able to play with me. You know what I mean? Because I'm going in there, I'm playing bully ball.
Right.
I ain't trying to run with your ass all day. You know what I mean? So Jimmy can go out there and he can play bully ball too. Some of the smaller guys, if I got my hands like on a Marvin Harris, if I got my hands on him, I'm going to win.
Right.
The hard part is getting your hands on him, but that's how those battles went. I would much rather go against Jimmy Smith than a Marvin Harrison because, once he slip you, he's gone.
Right.
Tyreek Hill, once he slip you, he's gone. You know what I mean? I ain't that damn fast. So, my thing was to try to choke the shit out you.
There we go.
There's one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was my game.
That was worth it.
That was my game.
Swear jar activated.
Okay. Activate. I got to give y'all at least one.
I got you.
But it might be different, though, now because, remember, you could be more physical
Right.
until, obviously when the Colts complained and then they changed the rules.
Right.
Now, even for the defensive backs, it's got to be really difficult. But then again, the route runners are not the same back then they are today. So there are skilled players. I'm not taking nothing away from them.
You know why? Because it's not that they're more skilled. It's just the defensive backs are not challenging or playing up in their face. So
Yeah,
when you get to back off, you're going to get to see all that pretty stuff and they shaking and doing
Right.
all that stuff and making it look real good and pat and go. No, I'm going to get you right here. I ain't going to let you do all that. So when you don't let a receiver do that, to me, it's an advantage. Now, if you give them all this space to run, these are professional athletes. This is what they do. You let them run free as a tight end. If they let you run free, you had that wiggle at the top of your route.
Yeah.
You going to get them.
I'm open.
I'm trying to avoid that right now.
Yeah.
Ty, I asked Bill this yesterday. He didn't really answer. I think he does regret it. But being around the team, seeing the stadium for Brady, do you think Kraft and Bill regret letting Tom leave?
No, because it's business. I mean, regret why he's going to come back. And just like Tom said, and I've said when he left the first time, Tom Brady is always going to be remembered and known as the New England Patriots. 20 years at New England. Yeah, he has some success at Tampa because he's Tom Brady. But no, at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. So why have a regret when you get 6 championships, 20 years and 6 championships out of this man?
Because they had to have a halftime ceremony
business.
for him to restate his loyalty to an organization he should have never left.
Oh, that's not true. I don't agree with that. Like I said, at the end of the day, I understand it's a business. You understand it's a business. We all know Tom Brady is going to come back. No matter how you try to slice it and cut it, you was like, everybody was pissed off at each other. Man, please. Hell, I was a little bit pissed off when I had to go to New York.
Right.
Okay, but guess what? I'm here. I'm a Patriot for life. I'm an Aliquippa for life. I'm a University of Michigan for life. That's what it is. So no matter where else I played, I'm not looked at. I had more interceptions with New York in 1 year than I ever had with the Patriots. I was all pro there. But don't nobody think about me as a damn Jet. They think about Darrell Reeves with number 24.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's just
true
what it is.
because
So
you don't even really think of Revis as a Patriot. You don't even think of
guess
Revis
what?
as a Patriot.
And guess what? And he won a championship
Right.
here. You know what I mean? The Hall of Fame, one of the greatest of all time. But Tom,
But if
is
it's a business
Patriot.
decision, the business was negatively impacted by their decision to let Brady walk. I mean, the last 3 years, they didn't host any playoff games. They didn't get the financial benefit of being a better team.
Curtis, it take 2 to tangle. You know what I mean? Shit, ain't nobody gonna walk in and like, here go the checkbook here, write whatever you want. Go ahead and just
I
write
think
whatever you want.
RKK
Down
is doing all
the
right.
about it.
Courtney, did he say tango?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew what he was saying.
Tango.
Huh?
It takes 2 to tango and to tangle, especially in a
but
plane.
Come on, Curtis, this is business, man.
It's business, Curtis. Come on, man.
All right. Well, I disagree with the business decision.
Here's the great Derek, the Steelers fan. Hello, Derek.
Well, good morning, Hill Dog.
What's up?
So you would like the 48 hours I've had. The Steelers got vaporized. Kenny, I got COVID, Hill Dog.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Is it the new COVID?
Derek,
I could care less what COVID it is.
did you not get your 17th booster?
No, I'm not going anywhere near Joey Biden and Fauci's mixtures. Here's the cherry on top, Hill Dog. And I want to ask Ty a question.
Yeah.
The cherry on top, guess who's my starting quarterback in fantasy?
Aaron Rodgers. You would like so
He went
many.
off the meat wagon last night. So that's my 48 hours. But to the great Ty Law, Curtis and I have gone back and forth on this. Okay, and he tells me I'm too hard on this guy. But I want to know what a Hall of Fame football player from the city of Pittsburgh thinks of this guy, Tomlin. Because yet another opening day, his team's not even near ready. It looked like they just had practice once. It was a complete, unmitigated disaster, Ty. This guy never has his team ready. He's had the most talent. And don't give me this crap about no losing seasons because it's a fraud. And I want to know, where do you stand on a guy like Tomlin?
Well, first, Derek, you really emotional right now. Let's take the emotion out of it. But I get it as you being a diehard Steeler fan. I'm from Pittsburgh. I wasn't much of a diehard like that, but everyone around me was. But let me tell you something about Mike Tomlin that I do know personally. That he's passionate about what he does, and I think that he's a hell of a coach. I've always said that, I wouldn't mind playing for a guy like Mike Tomlin because one, he's played the game, he's played the position. He seems like he can get guys fired up around him and ready to play for him. But you're only limited. Hold on, Derek. You're only limited when you don't have the talent. And I don't think Pittsburgh.
Derek's saying he's had the talent.
No, I mean he's
dripping
you
with
tell me
talent,
somebody on
Ty.
Pittsburgh right now that scares you, or tell me where all this great talent is.
I ain't gonna lie, my former Bulldog George Pickens is pretty good.
Oh, he's good,
Come on,
okay,
man.
but that's one guy.
TJ Watt.
You got the team. I'm saying you got
They're
him.
screwed right now, Ty, because they got little Kenny Pickett in his little hamburger helper gloves and he can't even squeeze a football. Okay, that's their problem. And I know you're being nice, just like you said it was great Sunday at Gillette with that fraudulent halftime party. Hill Dog. Are you
I told him you didn't like Tom Brady at halftime.
Ty, they didn't put a jersey up. They didn't do. They ripped everybody off.
You know what?
Okay,
Now Derek, I said they should
business.
get a statue. They should have got a statue, in my
should.
opinion.
It was
But
lackluster.
guess what? I think it's coming.
Yeah,
But it was
they should have
I think it was last minute. It wasn't
Yeah.
planned all like that. And guess what? He's coming right back. So I think they probably already knew that too. But I know we had a good time as far as the guys coming back.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I think you want you. There weren't enough guys there for it to be the end all final thing. You want to have a big gigantic night for them, which they're going to do.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
mean,
do
I don't
it.
know. Do you think people who paid their money to go to that game on Sunday feel ripped off?
Yes.
I would.
You
have.
do?
Yes. I mean, unless they just wanted to see him run the length of the field
For-
and do that, that's
I don't think
fine.
it was okay. First of all, would you? I mean, I don't think it was playing very well in the first place because would you plan the celebration of Tom Brady against the Philadelphia Eagles?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't have done it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you
I would have
supposed to
waited
make that
till
home game.
I would have waited till they played the New Orleans Saints.
Something. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, you're taking a chance on that already by honoring him, but I think they already knew they had more in store. That's what I'm thinking because you don't plan the Philly game for Tom Brady. That was probably something that just happened. It's the first game. Okay, the new stadium and the new, which is beautiful. Y'all see that new
Scoreboard?
club atrium, the scoreboard, the atrium, the GP atrium up there. Hey, man, it's awesome. The club that I was with Greg, I ain't never been on that even side of the whole stadium. Greg never found a new spot over there.
Oh,
They
was he on the east side or the
It's
west
a
side?
new suite
It's a
on
new
the.
suite.
It's a red suite on the east side. I think it was.
That's where the
was that
catching
east side?
suite is?
Yeah,
That he said,
I mean,
yeah.
whatever it is, damn nice. You know what I mean? Hey, that one was up there with Mr.
mean,
Kraft Suite.
Yeah,
That was
it
so
was
nice.
nice.
Yeah.